How to improve your writing skills. Perhaps you have dreams of becoming the next great novelist. Or maybe you just want to be able to better express your thoughts and ideas more clearly. Whether you want to improve your writing skills as a creative writer or simply perfect your skills for schoolwork, you can take some steps to learn how to be a better writer. Becoming a great writer or even a good writer takes practice and knowledge, but with enough hard work, perhaps someday somebody will aspire to be the next you. 1. Use active instead of passive voice. One of the most common manifestations of bad writing is overuse of the passive voice. In English, the most basic sentence structure is SVO, subject verb object. The zombie bit the man is an example of this sentence structure. The passive voice can cause confusion by putting the object first. The man was bitten by the zombie. It usually requires more words and use of a to-be verb form, which can suck the energy out of your writing. Learn to avoid these constructions as much as you can. 1. Using the passive voice isn't always bad. Sometimes there is no clear way to make a statement active, or sometimes you want the lighter touch a passive construction allows. But learn to follow this rule before you start making exceptions. The main exception to this is science writing, which conventionally uses the passive voice to put the emphasis on the results, rather than the researchers, although this is changing, so check the guidelines before you write. For example, puppies fed spicy dog food were found to have more upset stomachs. Puts the emphasis on the finding rather than the person doing the finding. 2. Use strong words. Good writing, whether it's in a novel or a scholarly essay, is precise, evocative and spiced with the unexpected. Finding the right verb or adjective can turn an uninspired sentence into one people will remember and quote for years to come. Look for words that are as specific as possible. Try not to repeat the same word over and over unless you are trying to build a rhythm with it. One exception to this is the words used to describe dialogue. Bad writing is filled with "he commented" and "she opined." A well-placed sputtered can work wonders, but most of the time a simple said will do. It may feel awkward to use the word said over and over, but changing it up unnecessarily makes it harder for your readers to get into the back and forth flow of the conversation. He said/she said becomes nearly invisible to your readers after a while, allowing them to stay focused on the characters' voices. 3. Strong doesn't mean obscure or more complicated. Don't say utilize when you could say use. He sprinted is not necessarily better than he ran. If you have a really good opportunity to use ameliorate, go for it unless ease is just as good there. Thesauruses can be handy, but use them with caution. Consider the predicament Joey from Friends gets into when he uses a thesaurus without also consulting a dictionary. They're warm, nice people with big hearts becomes they're humid, prepossessing Homo sapiens with full-sized aortic pumps. 4. If you're going to use a thesaurus to spice up your vocabulary, look up your new words in the dictionary to determine their precise meaning. 3. Cut the chaff. Good writing is simple, clear, and direct. You don't get points for saying in 50 words what could be said in 20, or for using multisyllable words when a short one does just as well. Good writing is about using the right words, not filling up the page. It might feel good at first to pack a lot of ideas and details into a single sentence, but chances are that sentence is just going to be hard to read. If a phrase doesn't add anything valuable, just cut it. 5. Adverbs are the classic crutch of mediocre writing, and they often serve only to clutter up a sentence. A well-placed adverb can be delightful, but much of th. How to improve your writing.